Hello everybody. Little late got accosted by a little bundle of terror cat outside my door, camping, waiting for me to leave. And trying to sneak into the room while I'm streaming. Hi hi Dingo. Hello everybody. Face tracking. What are you doing? Okay. It caught him. That's fine. Alright. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Where is Steam? Steam. There you are. Salon. So, time for the big trial. We're gonna do we're gonna go over the evidence for about, I don't know, 10 minutes, just to refresh ourselves. And then it's trial time. All right, there we go. Let's build and understand the story. Well, that's a cool one for Crimson Acid. Oh, that was short. All right. I need to get the right sequence to solve the puzzle on the esoteric plateau. Yeah, fine. We'll go do that real quick because it's still in our book. Though we technically don't need to do it because we know it. And I don't know if there's any evidence there that we don't already have. But just for completionist's sake, council building lobby, please. Go up here. Here. We actually have untagged evidence, right? So weird. So we go here. We get the statues. These look like the symbols I activated on the beach. If I remember correctly, the pattern was scholar, snake, bird, bull. So, scholar, snake, bird, bull. Oh, that's it? Must have unlocked something. This was designed to safeguard against random attempts to crack the code. Was Shinji right? Did the demon possessing Henry feel its way through? One Last Kiss was our exorcist. She might be able to help. God damn it, we still gotta talk to somebody. Anything around here? Oh, alright, what's this? I unlocked it. Bloodlock was supposed to be here. Oh, and then we're back over here. That's broken. Back to the corridor, back to here. Alright. So I guess let's go talk to One Last Kiss, just to make sure. We need not there. Here. Nothing super concrete, but we do have the prisoner transfer records, I think. And no log of them ever being returned, or anything happening to them, so... we need to go up to One Last Kiss, who is... you know what? Screw it. We got extra blood crystals right now. We'll just do travel. Dun, dun, dun. Up to the Ziggurat graveyard, or the Syndicate graveyard next to the Ziggurat. Nothing there. In here? Nope. We've already talked about it then. Alright. The only thing we should have to talk about with somebody is with Dr. Doomjazz, a subject we were not going to broach with him. So, nope, we're not talking about that. Alright. Yep, we've got all the notes are done. Alright, let's go with the timeline first. And we can work off from here. So, man's prehistory, the island sequences, the silent goat sacrifices himself to give power to the Syndicate so that they can just guess deal with the other gods, help the other gods, destroy the other gods. I don't know. So the Syndicate uses his power to create Paradise Island sequences and the reality folding drive. Sequence 13, Lady Love Dies is seduced by Damned Harmony and exiled to the Idle Lands for 3 million days. So, almost a century ago was when they formed this island. And then 10 years ago, Henry was given a mysterious demonology book by somebody, who we figure is Yuri. Then he summoned a demon that possessed him, and then killed his mother, and allegedly killed Grace's bloodlines. But that evidence doesn't match, so... There we go. Let's see. And because he summoned a demon, corruption paints the island, and it slowly starts to be condemned, basically. So they spend 10 years creating Perfect Island 25, quote-unquote perfect. Yesterday, the Syndicate Council retired to the penthouse to meditate and birth the next island. You know what? And then they're killed. So, the timeline here is important. So, at 8 minutes before midnight, Henry escapes the desolation cell. And right at midnight, the council are murdered. And 3 minutes after that, Henry is found outside by Akiko. So, Akiko informs witness that Henry has been found, confirms that the holy seals are closed and she cannot secure the penthouse. The judge assumes authority and locks the paradise gates. Doomjazz examines Henry and confirms the blood in Henry's stomach of the council members. Oh, there's a lot to go through. We'll probably just go with the case. Yeah, there is so much to go through. We'll just go through the important stuff. So the crime to end all crimes is the council being murdered. Just outright murdered. Oops. So they believe the Citizen Henry division did it. And it all kind of poured into him at the start, but, you know, we've pretty much figured out that's not the case. We're not really going to go through all this. Just the general stuff. We've just gone through the general stuff. There's just so much to go through. And a lot of it will probably come out in the court case, so... off to the... judge to get this trial started. There we go. Okay. Make sure I got my drink for this, because there's going to be a lot of talking. blood crystal there. No, don't follow it. Just seeing if there's any more Shinjis on around here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Hydrate. Yep. Alright. Ready for this? Actually, it's save, because we found a little bit more information. We don't want to bother trying to find that again.
Getting saved.
Alright. Here we go.
The Investigator. Are you our savior as well?
I love that voice. The voice is so good.
Is paradise worth saving?
Are you ready to start the trial that will determine the fate of the Syndicate? Have you found facts and crafted a truth? I'm ready to work through this with you, Lady Love Dies. We shall examine your case files and cast a light upon the shadowy recesses where truth lies.
The door to truth will open.
Are you ready to begin the trials, Lady Love Dies? This is the point of no return. Ensure that you are happy with your evidence and reasoning. There is no going back. Well, I mean, technically there is. We just load up an old save earlier save, but that's beside the point. Start the trials. Let's expose the truths.
Lady Love Dies.
Are you sure, Lady Love Dies? This is the point of no return where we descend into the madness of crime. The penalty for anyone you convict of any crime will be death, as dictated by Syndicate law. Please be sure.
Time to breathe life into paradise.
There we go. I'm overjoyed to hear that. Please wait while I assemble the suspects in the Chamber of Justice. Here we go. Paradise hangs in the balance. The trials begin. Let me explain how we shall uncover truths and lie. We will hold a trial for each case file logged in Starlight.
Show me your truth.
You will choose which suspect you wish to accuse and present your argument against them. I am an impartial tool of justice. I shall analyze your evidence and determine if you have proven your case. Can you break alibis? Can you put the suspect at the scene? How strong is your case? All that matters is that justice is carried out. I am not interested in speculation and weak prosecutions. I need the truth. We will find the suspect responsible for each crime.
The door to truth will open.
Anyone found guilty will be executed. This is the crime to end all crimes. Anyone involved cannot be allowed to infect Perfect 25 with their criminality. You will do the execution. The investigation freak will execute justice. Be confident about who you accuse. Are you clear on how the trials will work? Do you need me to repeat this? I'm ready to go. Let's breathe life back into paradise. Whoa.
That's weird.
Judge? The island is ending. Our home shatters before us.
How dare you?
This farce has gone on for long enough. It is time to move to the new island, Judge. I am the acting leader. I initiated the shutdown.
What?
The prime suspect has been sitting behind bars while the freak runs around the island chasing down false leads.
This is nonsense.
You have until the end of the island to do your trial. The truth may not be as simple as you believe, Architect. I'm doing this for the good of the Syndicate. Perfect 25 is waiting. You can't do... Judge, the clock is ticking. What does this mean for the trials? We don't have much time, Love Dies. The white smoke of oblivion threatens to consume the truth. You will have one desperate chance to find the truth for each case file. Make it count.
How dare you?
The rest of the Syndicate are in agreement. It is time to move on and execute Henry.
I'm shocked.
Fuck you. You're overstepping your authority, Architect. Judge, let's breathe life back into paradise. Love Dies, you are authorized to once again wield your service weapon. Take hold of a chamber full of justice. Use it at the end of the trials to execute the guilty. Any involvement with this heinous crime carries the sentence of death.
Believe what you want.
Judge, this is severe. This is the crime to end all crimes. Any amount of involvement is a heresy against the gods and an atrocity against the Syndicate. Or do you disagree?
I beg your pardon.
I do not. Be strong on your accusations, Investigator. The penalty for any of these crimes is death. It's been a while since I executed justice.
The journey into truth and justice begins.
Okay, let's grab our service weapon. Oh, that is an awesome gun. Love Dies gun for executing the guilty. The Investigator's gun. That is very awesome looking. I need that as a model in something. Like VR chat or something. You have retrieved your gun. I hope you appreciate how serious your accusations will be. Return to the stand when you are ready to talk. Yeah, look, everybody's here. Actually, let's go say hi to everybody. Crimson, hope you know what you're doing, lady. You better have the evidence you need for whatever you're planning. Doctor, Love Dies. If you prosecute me, will I get conjugal visits? Sorry, Doc. The punishment for this crime is going to make that difficult. Henry, this is a formality, right? I'm lined up to get my head blown off, aren't I? That's what we're here to find out. Lydia? Sam? Hey, LD. We're cool, right? We're in the clear, aren't we? We'll find out at the trial, guys. Architect? Investigator, this island is ready to die and a new one started. Do not delay in prosecuting Henry. All of the evidence points to him. Witness? Lady Love Dies. This is it, isn't it? The Reckoning. The future of paradise. I hope you make the right choices. So do I. Yuri. Freak, get this over with. We all know who did it. You're wasting my time. Gee, two people seem to be rushing towards Harry here. Grand Marshal? Nenorochito, you better get this right. Henry did it and needs to be executed. Wrap this up. 3 of you. Boy, I wonder. Alright, here we go.
Lady Love Dies.
Investigator, we'll begin the trials. Truth or fact? Henry's escape. Henry allegedly escaped during his execution, broke through the prison bars and headed to the council building, murdering the marshal guards, traversing the holy seals, and killing the council before being apprehended at the scene. How did Henry escape? How did the accused killer break out of incarceration? Is it as the report states, or did something else happen? Henry Division is alleged to have escaped the desolation cell and murdered the council. Investigator, peel back the shroud of inscrutability and bring forward the sweet smile of truth. So, we're pretty dang sure that it was not Henry that broke himself out here. So, who we kind of figured is probably a Kiko. There's too many things that are just off. Henry saw New Night. There's only one location for New Night. The goddess statue of New Night, which is only in the barracks. Which he only could have seen it if they brought him through the barracks. So, let's see. Kiko's phone was not in the desolation cell. It was in the Syndicate headquarters where it shouldn't have been. Let's see. Henry doesn't appear on the Syndicate log, so he didn't pass through the main entrance. Which is the only way he could have got there on his own. The torn apart prison bars were destroyed by thermite, not demonic strength. There was no trace of the demon there. The inhibitors that were keeping him docile were probably not helping anymore because of the psychic death screams. But that's somebody else that was helping there. Akiko it's pretty much guaranteed that it's Akiko was the one that helped him break out to do all that stuff. Or not to do all that stuff. But helped make it look like he broke out to do that stuff, I should say. So the question is, did he actually kill anybody at all, including the, the first SEAL Marshal Guards? Which I don't think they did. Let's see. Kiko said he took her knife. Kiko's knife. Where's the Kiko's knife? Oh, it's not here. It'll come up later, I know it will. Witness could have probably helped with this, but I don't think he's the main instigator in helping him go crazy. Because he knows about the death screams, and he knows about... It's a good chance that he knows how to make the device that sent the psychic death screams to him to make him go insane, or make him Hulk out, basically, quote unquote Hulk out. There's no real evidence that he actually did. When you think about it, the only evidence there is of him actually breaking out is from Akiko, where she said he broke through the bars, tore across the grounds, but he didn't break through the bars at all. He didn't go through the grounds. He was led through an area that only he could have gone through with Akiko. So that means he probably never broke out in the first place. So we're going to use Grand Marshal Akiko 14 here. Henry's escape was by Akiko. That's for dang sure.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
I believe this was part of a plan by Akiko. Nenorochito. The freak is lying. Tuata sta paparai. The Grand Marshal broke the primary suspect out of the prison she put him in.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct a truth. We'll start at the top. We might skip ones that just don't work out, I think. Give me a second. I need to take an acid because lunch is suddenly not happy with the case. So 1 sec. Okay. Akiko broke procedure when she went to execute Henry. She shouldn't have gone by herself. She was either doing something illicit or giving him an opportunity.
Che?
Ha! Is that the best you've got? I thought you were supposed to be the investigation freak. Speculating with nothing to back it up seems like a poor showing for Judge's big hope. She's right. That is speculation and not evidence.
Show me your truth.
Huh? The bars on the prison bridge were supposedly torn open by Henry with his demonic strength. Starlight analyzed the bars and found traces of thermite, not demonic residue.
Don't test me.
Thermite is a military-grade explosive that burns through pretty much anything. Akiko faked that part of his escape. Grand Marshal?
Do you want to die?
Never trust computers. Her little calculator got it wrong. Henry is demonic. Does Starlight know about demons? The freak tried to analyze something that Starlight doesn't recognize, and the closest match is thermite. Residue sample, 68.7%. Thermite, 29% barium nitrate, 2% sulfur, 0.3% polybutadiene acrylonitol. I can't say that one. I almost got it last time. I'm sitting here trying to pronounce it in my head. It's just not working. No traces of unknown chemicals found. Thermite is an anti-material weapon and burns at an extremely high temperature.
Crime cannot hide.
Akiko used it to open the prison bars and make it look like Henry escaped. This is a lie. A good truth. Please let us sample some more.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct a truth. The time frame in Akiko's report doesn't match up. There is no way Henry could have got off the desolation cell, made it to the council building, traversed the holy seals, and murdered the council and be found at 3 after midnight. Kiko lied. Tasi naibi din gura gunoyal. Grand Marshal, respect the civility of the courthouse. You have a proper response? She's making that up. The freak is making me out to be a liar. She's cooked up a little story to frame me. How did Henry cross the island, get through all the seals, murder the council, and exit the building by 3 after midnight? Esti Prost? He's got a demon in him. The demon gave him speed and strength. There's no evidence to suggest that. That's correct, Grand Marshal. Your word here isn't good enough. You are speculating without any evidence to back it up.
Show me your truth.
Henry was dosed up with inhibitors. How could he have escaped if he was fully sedated? Doctor, was his dosage correct? Yes, Judge, as it has been for the last 10 years. You have anything to say, Grand Marshal? The demon inside him tricked us. It waited for the right moment. The inhibitors had never been right, but we didn't know. Doctor? That's quite the claim. It would mean that the demon was capable of plotting and fooling us for a decade. There's no medical evidence to suggest this happened.
Is this a fact?
Very convenient that the demon pulled the trick off right at the end of the island. Why not attack sooner? This isn't hard evidence, but I am taking it into consideration.
Show me your truth.
Let's go with Henry's alibi breaker. I can break Henry's alibi. Lady Love Dies. Henry stands accused by everyone except you. Do the facts lie? Do you believe in the official version of events? No. The truth is distorted. The facts are wrong. Henry didn't go to the council building by himself. Fuck yeah, this is getting interesting.
Got it.
Henry remembers almost nothing about last night except seeing New Night. He specifically remembers seeing the goddess. She didn't speak to him. He saw the goddess. The only statue of New Night is in the barracks, and a normal citizen can't know that because the barracks are classified. Henry has been in the barracks, though. That's where detainees are processed when they're arrested. The statue is in the main barracks ground. Prisoners don't go there, correct, Akiko? When I ever was arrested on Island 13, I only ever saw the entrance to the barracks, which connects directly to the underground holding cells. I'm not answering that. It's classified. Hey, Nano. Grand Marshal, you'll be found in contempt if you refuse to answer. Fine. Arrested individuals are taken through the main gate and directly down into the holding cells.
The facts and the truth.
Henry could only have seen New Night if he went through the tunnel that connects the Desolation Cell to the barracks. When he was arrested and taken to the Desolation Cell, he'd have to go through the main barracks grounds, though. That was 10 years ago. He has lost all of his memories from that incident. The only thing that he remembers is New Night last night. This sounds like a stretch, Investigator. The only way to get to the council building from the Desolation Cell, and the window of time stated, is via the front gate of the headquarters. The nightmare computer logs on the headquarter entrance have no record of Henry going through them. I don't believe he went through them. If he didn't go through the entrance, this whole case is thrown into disarray. Henry was found with the blood of the victims in his stomach, but I don't think he ingested them himself. How else did the blood get inside him? I found this bottle on the rocks below where Henry was found. It had been used to hold blood. Starlight analyzed the blood in it, and it matched the remains to all of the council members. How did it get there? There are no fingerprints, but my theory is that someone took council blood from the scene, placed it in the bottle, and forced Henry to ingest it. Why? To scapegoat him for the crime. They were rushed or sloppy and casually discarded the bottle, assuming no one would question the lie. You can't prove this, though. The demonic sigils that cover Henry's body were found daubed in blood at the scene of the first seal marshals. What of them? Henry doesn't draw those symbols. There are no records of this occurring, and it is not in line with how the demon inside him behaves. The sigils formed on his skin through the projection of demonic language from the demon inside him. The demon scorched him with its own anger. Did the demon make him draw them? No, the demon doesn't micromanage Henry's actions. It just sets him on a path. Henry doesn't speak the demon's language either. I find it unlikely that Henry would perfectly recreate sigils from a language he doesn't speak. How did they get there, then? Most likely drawn by whoever was trying to frame Henry. Couldn't he have copied them from his own body? Only if he had a mirror and the time to do it. Very well. Excellent work. You have taken the lid off the box containing the truth. Henry's alibi is broken.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth. Construct a truth. I can break Akiko's alibi. The truth requires us to examine Akiko's alibi. Akiko went to execute Henry, but alleges that Henry escaped at 2352. She claims she found him outside the council building at 3 after midnight. I called witness as I left the desolation cell to go to the barracks to organize the search for Henry. Can anyone confirm that the Grand Marshal returned to the barracks? The marshals confirmed that she went back to the barracks. However, it is hard to take their word as they are fiercely loyal to you and refuse to give me any physical evidence. Did you confirm the phone call? Akiko's phone records are apparently classified and the investigator isn't allowed access to them. Witness confirmed he got a call from Akiko. I took Witness's phone and analyzed the records at a comms tower. Starlight did some backtracing on the calls and it appears Akiko lied. The call she made to Witness wasn't from the desolation cell. The comms tower puts her location at the Syndicate headquarters, which throws her timeline of events into question and puts her near the scene of the crime. Ura, Tafa Miskanasa. Watch your language in the House of Justice. She's lying. Her little pocket calculator is wrong. She hasn't checked my phone. The data is incorrect.
Is this a fact
or
a truth?
Witness testified that on the call from Akiko, he couldn't hear the desolation cell's distinctive, dreadful atmosphere or the ocean.
Don't test me.
That isn't conclusive proof, but it still suggests she wasn't where she claims. The rock of secrecy has been lifted and the truth exposed. The Grand Marshal's alibi has been broken.
Show me your truth.
Well, that's all the evidence for this. I have nothing to present. You have proven that the official version of events for Akiko and Henry's movements last night are a total fantasy. Combined with your evidence, you have created a truth that glints brilliantly in the light shown by the facts. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. A truth is revealed. A truth is known. A truth proves. Akiko, guilty. Do you have anything to say, Grand Marshal? The harsh light of truth is shone upon your crime and you will be sentenced to death. You were sworn to protect our beloved council. You pledged your blade for so long. You were a beacon of purity. Now you will be executed and the Marshals will lose their leader. The island sequences will never be the same again. Why did you do it? You said I wouldn't hang for this. I beg your pardon, Grand Marshal? This was never part of the plan, you pompous Tartha. Who are you talking to? Armelina. You said this would work. Now I have a gun to my head. If I'm going down for this, so are you. Ooh, there we go. We topple the first domino and the rest start following suit. The ravings of the guilty lashing out. I have no idea what she's talking about. Tell us everything, Akiko. You have nothing left to lose. You're set up, you can have revenge. You promised to induct my soldiers into the Syndicate if I helped you. Now I'm going to be executed. Seos asinas de rahut tutuleste. You used me. You weren't careful enough and now I'm going to die. I faked Henry's escape. I was supposed to deliver him outside the council building. Phone witness and report that I'd found him after the council were dead. Damn, just letting it all out there. Armelina?
This is nonsense.
She's lying. She's been found out on her own little scheme and now she's trying to take innocent people down with her. I took Henry through the barracks to the council building. The official report is a lie. Lady Love Dies? Sounds like a conspiracy, Judge. Open a case file. New case file. There is evidence to suggest Carmelina may have been the mastermind of a conspiracy to kill the council. Judgment has passed. Your facts have become true. Lady Love Dies, while you're here you do not have access to the phones you have been using to record your progress. Would you like me to save your progress now? Yeah, might as well. We will save in the second slot. Alright, that's one case file down. Henry's demonic possession. A decade ago, Henry became possessed by a demon, killing his mother and allowing a demonic corruption to spill out into the world. The area around his apartment was sealed off and became the dead zone. During his arrest, he killed the Syndicate's exorcist, Grace Bloodlines. For the last 10 years, he has been contained and sedated in the Desolation Cell with inhibitors. Investigator, Starlight has logged Henry's possession a decade ago as a case file related to the murder of the Council. Is Starlight being overzealous, or do you believe there is something there that warrants investigation? Was someone else involved with Henry's possession and the demonic invasion that spelled doom for the island? Well, we know that, Henry did do some, demonic summoning, or attempting to. He did summon a demon that possessed him. Except he didn't get into it, really, until someone gave him the Grimoire of Majida. And one of the only people that really had access to that one, that we have records of, is Yuri. We have records of him visiting the library vault 10 years ago, taking out some books from the restricted section, Henry remembers that some stranger gave him a book. That's where he got the information on how to summon a demon. So it's pretty sure that Henry's demonic possession is done by Yuri here. So I think we've got enough evidence to point him out.
Crime is repulsive.
I believe Yuri pushed Henry down the path of possession.
Worthless.
I thought you were supposed to be an investigation freak. You've got nothing on me.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct a truth.
Got it.
Inside a safe in Henry's apartment is one of the forbidden tomes of the demonology from the library vault.
Huh?
What's that got to do with me? Which book? The Grimoire of Majida. Frightful tome. How did a citizen come to obtain one of the restricted texts?
Show me your truth.
Henry told me a stranger supplied him with a tome that would lead to his possession. Someone took a shine to him and slipped him a restricted text.
What are you talking about?
And you think it was me? You're a joke. I had nothing to do with this.
Pathetic.
I don't consort with citizens. You'll need better evidence than
Show
this.
me your truth.
Present your evidence.
When love
Yuri accessed the vault that contains the books on demonology.
Facts.
I believe Yuri took books on demonology and gave them to Henry, preying on a vulnerable mind and pushing him towards communicating with the gods. The plan was for him to become possessed. The plan?
Pathetic.
The freak wouldn't know a plan if she saw it. She's just making up stories and you're going along with it.
Got nothing
Exile caused her brain to rot. You're letting the freak fool you with lies, speculation, and
I
fiction.
have a bad feeling about
The
this.
plan will become clear in later case files. There is a conspiracy at play and I need you to trust me. If I get this wrong, you can reverse the conviction. I'll go back to the Idle Lands and Yuri can walk free. Someone committed the crime to end all crimes, and the path to the truth is a winding one.
What?
We cannot go on trust. This is not justice. Do not dare to lecture me on justice. I am justice incarnate. Trust the investigator.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. I have nothing to present. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. A truth is revealed. A truth is known. A truth proves.
Lord,
Yuri
find
guilty.
Nonsense.
This is unacceptable. You know who I am. I have been chosen. I will be on the next council. This freak has taken away my destiny. I will burn the Syndicate to the ground.
How dare you?
Yuri, be quiet. No, I'm the blessed servant of my goddess. I was destined for greatness. I helped you, and now I'm going to die.
Craft is its own reward.
These are the ravings of someone deceived by a god that's been caught out.
I don't like this.
Is this true, Yuri?
How dare you?
She promised me a seat on the new council and to retrieve enchanted blue from the real world. Ooh, more pointing fingers at Carmelina. Interesting. Nonsense.
Insufferable.
I got Henry the books on demonology, sent him down the dark path. The plan needed the island to end. Henry provided the answer. The truth lies within a conspiracy. See, they all just start falling down. Dominoes one after another. Lady Love Dies. Would you like to save? Yep, might as well save between each one.
Getting saved.
The murder of Grace Bloodlines. Grace was our chief exorcist, and Henry was convicted for her murder which he allegedly committed during his arrest. One Last Kiss seems to think she was set up to die. Grace Bloodlines was murdered 10 years ago. I presided over the trial. I saw the sun's light past the shadows from the terror and leave only truth visible. You didn't have me on the island 10 years ago. Do those terrible events from a decade ago have a link to the tragedy of last night? I investigated at the behest of One Last Kiss. Who is One Last Kiss?
I don't.
The ghost of Grace Bloodline. She's on the island. A ghost of a murder victim 10 years ago was on the island?
Who would benefit from a kind?
Is that so hard to believe, Judge? Can you prove you are who you say you are? Haunted, complex, pheasant, drifting sands, satellite. Confirmation. Grace Bloodline's unique blood code.
Sure.
One Last Kiss asked me to find her resting spot. I unlocked her blood vial and she confirmed the code independently. It's so nice to see everyone again. What do you have to do with the murder last night?
Do you understand?
I was murdered 10 years ago, allegedly by Henry, who everyone here would have you believe was the council murderer.
Mystery awaits.
It makes you think, doesn't it? What if the two are linked? One Last Kiss asked me to investigate her murder. She believes there is more to it than the official version of events. Do you suspect her? No. No, I believe she is a victim in all this. Well done, investigator. You have seen the truth clearly. There was that question again. That damn question. Paradise gets even more bizarre. The trials continue. Lady Love Dies, drive us along the highway of truth. Alright, so this one is a little more muddy on who it could be. Though I think we've got a good idea of who it is. So 10 years ago, Henry got possessed, killed his mother. Akiko was called to the scene, and Carmelina followed because she wanted to see a demonic possession in person. Carmelina called Akiko and asked her to step out of the room later. Yeah, see. Carmelina sent a message to Akiko telling her to leave Grace unattended with Henry. She forgot to encrypt it. Apparently Grace Bloodline's body had been carved with a knife, the symbols on Henry's body. Except Henry's mother had the symbols burned into her body. So kind of different there. The murder, I think, is the underlying question. Oh yeah, the photo. There was a photo of the strangulation of Grace Bloodlines. There was bruising around her throat, and there's a place where a ring was worn, so there was no press there. So there was like an empty spot. And Carmelina and Witness were married 10 years ago when this happened. They're not married anymore. And the only other two people that were married at this time were Sam and Lydia. They were the only two other people married that we know of. And it wasn't Sam and Lydia. So Lydia did. No, I'm pretty sure it was Carmelina. Because she asked Akiko to leave the room. So Carmelina on the first of the cases. Because it's most likely
Dies, all that remains are the facts.
A lot of things are starting to point to Carmelina for orchestrating this entire thing, right? I believe Carmelina was the architect of her murder. This is nonsense. You have no evidence.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth. When Henry was arrested, Grace was meeting with Carmelina. Oh, no, that's right. Grace was already talking with Carmelina. And then they called in, Akiko called in Carmelina, or Grace to excise the demon. Hi, Z. Carmelina requested to accompany Grace on the exorcism. This is unusual, as it would place Carmelina in an unnecessary amount of danger. It may be unusual, but it doesn't prove she is the perpetrator.
We have achieved perfection.
Of course it doesn't. The investigator is trying to prove a fantasy. It may have placed me in danger, but the pursuit of knowledge sometimes requires risk.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth. While Grace and Carmelina were en route to Henry, Carmelina sent a message to Akiko. She instructed her to leave Henry and Grace alone together. This message was intercepted before it was scrubbed from the server. Carmelina forgot to use encryption. Architect? I have no recollection of this. Sounds like a fabrication.
Show me your truth.
I found a photo of Grace's body that had been excluded from the report. It was hidden on the barracks server. It showed the strangle marks on Grace's neck. Doomjazz took a look at it and suggested that they were done by someone that wore a wedding ring. Carmelina wore a wedding ring at the time when Grace was killed. I suspect that Carmelina killed Grace when Henry didn't step up and do it for her.
We have achieved perfection.
This is tenuous, isn't it? Anything could have caused that mark, couldn't it? Doctor?
What?
It is my firm opinion that this was done by a ring worn on the wedding ring finger. Bruising can contain very detailed information.
This is nonsense.
Preposterous. The doctor would say anything to a pretty face.
The island is about to end.
Back off, architect.
It is cowardly to
Leader.
isolate investigators.
We'll see about that. Why would Architect Carmelina have killed Grace? Yuri gave Henry demonology books. Henry is being set up to end the island and possibly be scapegoated for the murder of the council.
Got it.
A dead exorcist means that the demon and Henry would still be around and useful when it came time to pin the blame on someone for last night. When Henry didn't kill Grace bloodlines, Akiko stepped in and framed Henry, giving him a history of murder. This sounds like a conspiracy, investigator. I believe so, Judge. Very well.
Do your job.
Absolutely not. This is a farce. Hold your tongue in the halls of justice.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. I have nothing to present. You have presented a veritable treasure trove of facts. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. Dan! How you doing? Justice T, yep. A truth is revealed. A truth is known. A truth proves
Court finds
Carmelina guilty.
guilty.
Grace Bloodlines was murdered by the hand of the architect. So this is the truth. Thank you for your work, investigator.
This is nonsense.
What? How dare you?
This is nonsense.
This is nonsense. This trial is over.
I am the leader.
Henry will be executed and the freak will be sent back to the Idle Lands. This is my courtroom. I am justice incarnate. You do not have the authority to end the trials. You have been found guilty. You will receive your punishment. The trials continue. Yeah, we had to. We almost forgot a little bit of info that we kind of already had, but just a thread that we hadn't finished up, which was solving the statues in space, basically. That a winged kobold. While you're here, you don't have access. Skip save.
Getting saved.
Dun, 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 dun. Who killed the Holy Seal Marshals? The first Holy Seal that protects the Council is made up of 2 high-ranking God Justice Marshals, fearsome warriors trained to neutralize potential threats to the Council. Who killed them and how? The Little Dragon. Oh. Oh yeah, you know, I actually have wondered what that is. I thought it was like a dragon or a kobold, but yeah. Now I know. And that, oh, now I can actually get the zoom in on it in my, OBS feed. Lady Love Dies did it. Last night, the taloned hand of death reached out for the first Holy Seal guards. They were butchered at their post. Who snatched their life from them? Was it the accused, or was there another truth skulking on the periphery of our knowledge? They were elite marshals and gave their lives guarding our beloved council. How were they killed and why?
Crime?
I will show you the truth. Investigator, please review your case file and confirm who you wish to accuse. Can we implicate ourselves? You know what? I don't know. Are we actually on here? I would I wish they did include us on the list just for the hell of it. That would be amazing. All right. So one of the Holy Seal Marshals was the lover of Akiko, Captain Voth. But we know that Akiko transferred 2 prisoners out like a couple days ago, and they were never transferred back in. And Akiko denied the body examination. We also found where what looks like a couple people were held near, very close to the Holy Seal, the first Holy Seal location, which was, you know, that bridge, or that entrance in that bridge. But they were very close to that. And the dead marshal's blood does not match the records of the marshals that were supposed to be there. So Captain Voth is probably still alive, which is what Akiko wanted. Did not want Voth to die, so she swapped the 2. She swapped the 4, I should say, because there's 2 holy guards. So she swapped the 2 actual holy guards with prisoners. And the question is, did she kill them? And the answer is probably yes. Let's see. Where is it? Not you. Marshals were killed with a blade. And then there were symbols drawn in blood. So there's the blood drawn symbols thing again. It wasn't Lydia. Lydia's knife was there, but that was 2 days ago, not the night of the murder. So, unless, you know, the council walked up to the to the council building and just kind of looked at the guards and goes, "Oh, this is fine." So no, definitely wasn't Lydia. Wasn't Henry. We've already determined Henry basically didn't break out at all. Henry was just kind of dragged over there and thrown on the ground and fed some blood, and then blamed for everything. So it looks like it was probably Akiko. Because one of the things not listed here, unfortunately, is that the guards were killed with a ragged blade, or a damaged blade. Akiko's sword is damaged, and the knife that Henry, quote-unquote, stole was a perfect blade. But the guards were killed with an imperfect blade. So It's Akiko. We're just gonna pile on the accusations onto everybody. The Grand Marshal holds the answers. Nenorochito, you are out of your mind. Esti plendere hat. You dare accuse me of murdering my own marshals? Esti bonad.
Show me your truth.
They're not your marshals. An unexpected glint of truth in the riverbed of mystery.
I don't like
The dead bodies at the first seal aren't marshals. That's a lie, Nenorochito. Where are the real marshals?
I have a
My suspicion is somewhere in the barracks. Do you have anything to say, Grand Marshal? Dora o Minciuna. Insolician Tarfa Kurvat. Grand Marshal, this is a courtroom. Keep your language in check.
Got it.
A blood sample from the dead guards doesn't match any records for the marshals. She's lying. Her little PDA got it wrong. Did Starlight get it wrong? Is this really the truth?
The facts and the
This is the
truth are
truth,
not
Judge.
the same.
The blood doesn't match. Those bodies are not marshals. English only chat, Pico. Did you run a DNA test on the
I
bodies?
don't like this.
No. Dr. Doomjazz told me that the server containing the necessary DNA files has been corrupted. Is this true?
Theoretically,
Yes, Judge. My system's automated backup failed. I checked the one on the moon, and that had corrupted as well. Can we recover the data? The only people that can are on the next island, and we're in lockdown. Do you suspect foul play? There's no way to tell. Troubling. Carry on, investigator.
Is this a fact?
Akiko refused to let Doomjazz examine the bodies. Why? She didn't want to dishonor their sacrifice. This is a break in procedure. They gave their lives in service. Their bodies should not be desecrated by an examination.
Paradise feels
I believe she was
wrong.
trying to hide that the blood didn't match. Why?
When love dies,
Akiko was in a relationship with
made
Captain
of
Voth,
us.
who was stationed at the first seal last night. Don't you dare say his name, Nenorochito. Do not dishonor him with your lies. How do you know this, Love Dies?
Don't test
Tenzin testified to it. C'est air, Miss Acid. I can't divulge my sources, but it's true.
crime.
Relationships between the guard marshal and her troops are expressly forbidden. Dr. Doomjazz testified that the council had found out about her relationships with her troops. You really can't keep anything to yourself if you see a bit of leg, can you?
you've got this
I'm
wrong.
sorry, Akiko. I never thought you were involved in any of this. I am duty-bound to aid an investigation. Did it work? Did you get laid? Fustangiu. Enough. Do not taint the sanctity of this Church of Truth.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Ais Kawami told me that the council were going to strip her of her authority on the next island. If Akiko knew this, it would give her motive to kill the council. Soldiers are sworn to give their lives in service. As their commander, I didn't take the honor of a glorious death from them. Then why did you switch the bodies? The bodies weren't switched. You've made this up. Can you prove the bodies weren't switched, Grand Marshal? You know, there are a lot of things being broken around Dr. Doomjazz. There are records in the
The
barracks.
facts and the truth
Judge, the barracks have
are not
become
the same.
Akiko's own private fiefdom. The marshals are not loyal to the Syndicate or the gods. They are loyal to her.
Is this a fact?
Any proof she can magic up from the barracks can't be trusted. I agree with you,
Is
investigator.
this a fact?
Akiko didn't want her troops to die. She knew about the murder and switched to them. Can you prove that?
Crime cannot hide.
Akiko removed 2 prisoners from the barracks prison. Do you have proof they are the murdered guards? No, but they are unaccounted for. They were never logged back into the prison after being removed. Can't even make up a convincing story for her lie. The maintenance shed near the council building shows signs of habitation. There are drag marks and human waste inside.
When love dies, all that remains are
Serious, the blood stolen, DNA database broken, confidentiality, the crystal with the death screams. I don't think that was I don't think that crystal was something that Doomjazz made. He just said that that's what was recorded on it. I'm pretty sure somebody else made that crystal. He just goes, "Oh, that's broken." Akiko stored them in there and switched them out when the time came. You have anything else?
Show me your
Does-
truth.
Don't test me.
The guards were killed with a damaged blade. A damaged blade? The lacerations on their throats were ragged. This indicates the blade with nicks or damage would have caused them. Akiko's sword is battle damaged and would have caused the messy lacerations on the victims. Akiko staged the guard murder and scapegoated Henry. This fits with her plan of faking Henry's escape. What's the grand plan, Love Dies? We've got more case files to go, Judge. What about the blade Henry was found with?
Test me.
Henry's blade was a new perfect blade. It doesn't have a serrated edge. It wouldn't have made a ragged cut.
When love dies,
Akiko staged the guard murder and scapegoated Henry.
I have a bad feeling about this.
She made a mistake or got too cocky though, and didn't use the right blade to kill the guards. Do you have anything else?
Show me your truth.
Akiko's alibi has been broken.
Show me your truth.
So we don't have to re-present evidence that we've already presented, I guess, which is good.
Is this a fact?
Akiko staged the guard murder and scapegoated Henry. She has a previous conviction. How else would she have aided his escape?
Show me your truth.
He's got a serrated edge that she moved back and forth. It's just Good work, Love Dies. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. The truth is in this case file sparkles brilliantly. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth proves. Akiko, guilty.
Crime is repulsive.
Got anything to say about this one, Akiko?
I'll kill you.
I was ordered to kill my troops. I would never do that. Bonds born on the battlefield can't be broken.
This is nonsense.
That's a lie.
You have no evidence.
She's lying. I switched the guards out for prisoners and killed the fakes. Why didn't you admit to it when you told us about the rest of your involvement? You stupid Tharfa. Before all this, I was a soldier. I will be a soldier until I die. Soldiers always see their mission through. I was not going to have my name further tarnished if you hadn't got the evidence. I would be executed regardless. Soldiers must maintain their dignity no matter what. The truth becomes clearer. Alright, that's another one. Let's see. Save.
Getting saved.
Why do they keep grabbing their eyes when they're distressed? I don't know. Ah, KHX is missing. KHX is the Syndicate's master craftsman and designer of the second Holy Seal that protects the Council. He hasn't been seen for a number of days. Our craftsman's KHX is missing. Was he a victim of a crafted tragedy? He disappeared a number of days ago. Strange for a Syndicate member, but suspicious because he crafted the second Holy Seal. Did someone try to obtain the secret from him? Investigator, do you know what happened to KHX?
Got it.
He's dead, lying on the rocks of the coast of the island. Dead? The fangs of death grip this island so tightly. How could this happen? Investigator, please review your case files and confirm who you wish to accuse. So far framed a few people. You're all three of you murders. We're not. It wasn't Akiko, that's for sure. Was not Crimson. Crimson just wanted the secret to the second Holy Seal, but I don't think. I'm pretty dang sure she didn't kill him. Yuri, though. So the drag marks are one thing. The drag marks and the boat rides all kind of point to Yuri. So, KH's body was dumped in like a little cove on the beach, where the boats passed by very close. But Yuri also shut the boat rides down early. As well, KHX was gripping an ornate ring that was Yuri's very tightly. So the question as to why he was holding the ring so tightly. And the boat rides kind of pointed to Yuri. So probably Yuri wanted to find out the secret of the second Holy Seal and then got rid of KHX. Maybe because nobody else could figure it out, or I don't know, he just might have realized that Yuri was after it. But pretty sure it was Yuri, so.
The facts and the truth
I think Yuri is behind the disappearance. Want to save me some trouble here and cooperate, Yuri? I'm not going down without a fight, freak. You need to prove it.
Show me your truth.
KHX's dead body was clutching Yuri's ring. How do you know it belongs to Yuri?
I don't like this.
Lydia confirmed it. Yuri had apparently lost it. In this case, he lost it in the hand of a murder victim. KHX had it in a death grip. I believe he pulled it off in the struggle when he knew he was going to die. He held on to it in death to give us a clue. Elodie snuck out of exile, did the murder, and snuck back in.
Don't be snide with
Someone is trying to frame me. They stole my ring and planted it at the scene. Is there any evidence that the ring had been planted? None. The fist was gripping it tightly. If it had been planted, it would have had to be done before rigor mortis set in.
Don't make me.
You people are out of your minds. This wasn't me.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. There are drag marks leading away from KHX's workshop. I believe Yuri killed him to get the key to the second seal and tried to hide his body. Notes could have come from anywhere. This is a farce.
Show me your truth.
Yuri shut down the boat rides around the island on the same day that KHX went missing. Yuri picked a bad place to dump the body and needed to make sure it wouldn't be found. Yuri?
What business?
Shutting down the boat rides is one of my duties. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Why do it early? Who cares about the boats? They're only there for citizens to try and block out the mundanity of their existence for a few minutes. I shut them down early. So what? I was just getting work done.
Show me your truth.
The truth shines like the moon on a cloudless night. Was this part of your orders as well, Yuri?
This is unacceptable.
Fine. I got the key for the second seal for her. KHX was an unfortunate casualty.
Craft is its own reward.
This is the ravings of someone deceived by a god that's been caught out. We'll get to you later. And you got it by force?
How dare you?
It wasn't supposed to be like that. I offered him a council seat and hoped he'd turn. We fought and I smashed him with a tool he had lying around. How did you get the key from him?
Don't be snide.
His laptop was unlocked. Wasn't hard to find. I copied the file, dumped his body, and left.
I am the leader.
Nonsense. I've considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the fact, steeped the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. A truth is revealed. A truth is known. A truth proves Yuri guilty. Elodie was exiled. Decision that required the council no less. Elodie has analyzed. Understand every step required to make the kill. Elodie had the least relation to everyone and thus the most likely to not leave behind incriminating evidence. Elodie spent time gathering false evidence from everyone. Let's see. Alright. Save.
Getting saved.
The second holy seal. The council constructed a doorway to a plateau in space. The dreadful monuments there are used to open the second holy seal. What is the second holy seal and how was it breached? Take us for a holiday to the land of truth. Let us sip cocktails of facts on the beach of justice.
I don't like
With
this.
the help of KHX, the council constructed a puzzle-based monument system on a plateau on a desolate planet outside of our solar system. The door in the council building acts as a portal to this antique part of space.
Sure.
The obelisks on the beach provide the solution to the puzzle and are activated using KHX's key. Or Starlight. The key carries a protocol which handshakes with the obelisk nightmare computer. Starlight can crack it. Investigator, please review your case file and confirm who you wish to accuse. Alright, now we get to a questionable one. Now, Shinji says Henry could have felt his way through it, but no, we know he wasn't there at all. So we have Lydia, who was, let's see. Lydia was given a corrupted message from Witness that had the key to the nightmare computer for the obelisks. Sam opened a bloodlock on the third holy seal. Or it looks like Sam did. Not sure about that, but that was a couple days ago. That was not last night. So I feel the question is, who broke the soul? Who got through the holy seal last night? Not 2 days ago, last night. Let's see. So Witness had a demonic crate in the council chambers already that he phoned. So he did not break through the seal last night. That's not the question. But Yuri had a space helmet that we started using that was right outside that door. There was also the pink petals from his hat outside of the council chambers, or inside the council chambers, I should say, where everyone died. So that's another question. Did Yuri go in there? To see, we've got the discarded space helmet. He killed KHX for the second key. There's no evidence for anybody else, I think. So it's basically between Yuri, not Witness. Lydia didn't... It was pretty damn sure not to be Lydia last night, because Lydia was at the Paradise Gates, waiting to be let through. So it was neither Lydia or Sam that broke in yesterday. Or last night. It wasn't Henry. So, by process of elimination, that leaves Yuri. And she accused everyone else of the very last trial who was the mastermind. She goes into a Bond-esque rant about her story. That'd be amazing. I believe Yuri had a plan to get through the seal. I thought you were supposed to be an investigation freak. You've got nothing on me. Yuri was found guilty of KHX's murder, and KHX created the second seal. But I need more than that. Do you have any evidence of him going through the second seal?
Show me your truth.
The nightmare computer attached to the obelisk shows that Yuri accessed it. This means he knows the secret of the second holy seal and had the data key from KHX. That doesn't prove anything, freak. Doesn't mean I went through the seal. He's right.
Show me your truth.
Yuri slipped up under questioning and admitted to knowing the details about the second seal, something he'd only know if he went through the seal. Just using the obelisks doesn't mean you would know what's on the other side of the door in the council building. You would have to step through to find out. That doesn't prove he was in there last night. It doesn't prove that he used the key. Someone could have told him what the inside of the second seal looks like.
Show me your truth.
The council have to traverse the plateau in space and use astronaut helmets to do so. One had been discarded outside the entrance to the second seal. The same pink petals that Yuri wears in his hat were found in the same spot. Is this a joke? Petals? Is that all you've got, freak?
Show me your truth.
I could break Yuri's alibi. Tell me about Yuri's alibi. He claims he was in the celebratory gardens directing the fairy woman. The architect said she saw him earlier in the evening as he left to perform his duties. Do you have anything that contradicts this? Lydia told me that Yuri was unreachable for a period of time around the time of the murder.
Don't.
Yuri claims that that's a byproduct of the bursts from the reality folding drive. There have been instances of that. At the precise time when the entire council were murdered? A troubling coincidence that points to a truth. A coincidence that proves nothing.
Paradise feels wrong.
Doesn't have to. All I have to show is that there's a gap in your alibi. Gaps breed possibility, and there is a possibility that you weren't where you say you were. Your alibi relies on unimprovable coincidence. There were no other reports of communications blackouts, and past occurrences of them are extremely rare. The court agrees. Yuri Knight's alibi is broken.
Show me your truth.
I have nothing to present. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implication, soaked in the fact, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. A truth is revealed. A truth is known. A truth proves
The court finds
Yuri
guilty.
The facts and the truth are not.
Was this
the
part
same.
of your orders, Yuri?
Crime cannot hide.
Does this have anything to do with Carmelina's child? What child?
I have a bad feeling.
The truth lies within her alibi. You need to disprove Carmelina's alibi, investigator.
Good job.
I had nothing to do with the dreadful events of last night. I was at Witness's apartment all night until we were summoned by Judge for the crisis meeting. That's true. The building logs confirm her entry by time at 9 p.m. and her exit after the murder. Are you able to disprove it? Witness stepped out onto the balcony for 5 minutes to take a call from Pico. Carmelina was unaccounted for in those 5 minutes. It takes more than 5 minutes to get to the council building, commit a crime, and return, doesn't it? And the building logs would have registered her returning.
Sorry.
That's true. When Carmelina architected the island, she constructed a network of transdimensional corridors that allowed her to move across the island in an instant.
How dare you?
That is absolute nonsense. Secret transdimensional corridors? Are you serious? This is truth really hiding in these bizarre facts.
Crime is repulsive.
I found Carmelina's son in a hidden vault on the mountain. His name was Diana Nagate, and he gave me this key, which unlocks the corridors. From this vault, the corridors connect to Witness's apartment and the council building. In the 5 minutes Witness was out on the balcony taking a call, Carmelina could have used a corridor to get to the council building. This is a shocking revelation. Can you prove it? Starlight can verify my movements. User LLD traveled between the exits of these corridors in 0.021% of the time it would take on foot.
I am the leader.
This is all a lie the investigator cooked up. I have verified Starlight's data. Lady Love Dies is telling the truth. Why not create a corridor straight into the penthouse?
Don't test me.
I don't believe you can make a corridor if you don't know the destination. Carmelina has never been to the penthouse, so she couldn't make a corridor to it. There is a corridor leading from outside the penthouse back to Diana Agate's vault. I believe he inherited his mother's power to make corridors and escaped back to his room by making a corridor. I never expected anything like this, Love Dies. Carmelina had a window of opportunity and used it to travel via her secret corridors, get Diana Agate, and deposit him at the council building. Carmelina went into isolation 25 years ago. Why? No one knows.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
She claimed it was to work on a new project, but no one in the Syndicate ever saw what the result was. I think she had a child in secret. Who's the father? Unknown. This sounds like a conspiracy. Architect Carmelina's alibi is broken. I took Carmelina's pet pillar through the seal. You took Diana Nagate through the seal? Oh, now Yuri's testifying even more. And the rest of the seals. I delivered the killer to the penthouse. Can you prove that? I'm going down anyway. The third seal is a bloodlock. Diana Nagate has council blood. Yep, we already knew that Aiz Kawami was the father. Carmelina found out Aiz Kawami was Henry's father and got herself pregnant with him. She needed a killer with council blood to get through the third seal.
What?
Nonsense! Lies! Bounce broken language. Aw. She got herself a killer that could bypass the seal.
Paradise.
And the fourth seal? You need to have godliness for that one. She took godflesh from crying Drudge and fused it to Diana Agate. The barrier opened right up.
I beg your pardon?
I did no such thing.
I don't like.
What happened after that? The kid was supposed to kill everyone, and the second seal would leave him locked in the penthouse. I waited for him to finish. The council were just coming out of their meditation, so they should have all gone down easily. Then I heard gunshots, and the kid came limping out. He created some kind of magic portal in the wall and disappeared. You're suddenly cooperative.
I have been chosen.
I've been played. Carmelina messed up, and now I'm going to get a bullet for it. If I'm going down, so's she. What about Henry? Was he part of the plan? Of course, he was the scapegoat, set up to look like the killer years ago. What about the blood in Henry's stomach? After the kid disappeared, I went in to get blood from the council. I bottled it and made Henry drink it outside. It was supposed to be the perfect cover. I only grabbed a bit of blood. It was everywhere. I don't know what it was, but there was something weird in the shadows of that room. Yuri had confessed, and Henry's alibi is broken.
Crime cannot hide.
Anything to say, Carmelina?
This cowardly
You
insinuating
sniveling little
investigator.
servants. I am trying to achieve perfection. I created Perfect 25.
Dare you?
This is how you repay me. You all make me sick. You turn on each other as soon as it aids you.
Is this a fact or a truth?
Did you create a child to kill the council? Don't dare to accuse me, freak. I have nothing to say to you. Oh, save time. We're whittling through these cases. Who opened the third seal? The third seal is a bloodlock coated with the blood of the council members. I need to find out who opened the lock on the night of the murder. Oh, that's pretty easy. Yuri just told us. You're still within their trap. The truth has been obscured completely. Someone breached the third holy seal and took a step away from innocence, towards crime. Please bring us a meal of truth so that we may gorge on justice. Lady Love Dies. What is the third seal? A bloodlock that is coded to council members. To get through it, you either need council blood in your body or a sample to trick the lock. Yuri has already given us a confession. He says he took Dayanagate through the seals. Yuri already has a death sentence for his part in the second seal, and Dayanagate is already dead. Do you believe there is more going on here? Did someone else go through this seal? No, not last night. No, that matches what I found. Aiz Kiwami is Dayanagate's father. He's got council blood. Dayanagate's blood is in the penthouse. He was there last night. Henry's blood was logged on the bloodlock, but this is clearly planted. The truths are strange on this island. I agree. A truth is revealed. A truth is known. A truth proves.
The court finds Yuri and Dayanagate guilty.
Each person pronounces his name differently. That's not how Dayanagate pronounced it. God.
The truth is known.
Ah, we got 2 people convicted for this one. And save.
Getting saved.
Who breached the 4th Holy Seal? The 4th Holy Seal requires godliness to get through. I need to find out how someone tricked the seal. The 4th Holy Seal lies deep within the dense fog of abstruse mysteries this island has to offer. Lady Love Dies. What is the 4th Holy Seal? It requires godliness to pass through. Godliness? How did the council pass through it?
Don't test me.
Montserrat owned a piece of crying grudge's flesh and a pendant. That would allow him to open the seal. This means that the council can only enter with Montserrat. Yuri has already given us a confession. He says he took Dayanagate through the seals. Yuri already has a death sentence for his part in the second seal, and Dayanagate is already dead. Do you believe there is more going on here? Did someone else go through this seal? God. So, question is, did LD good? Technically, we did. We walked right through it because it was broken. They overloaded the seal, so we just kind of walked back through it. So the question is, we know that Carmelina got a piece of crying grudge's flesh, but did she go through it Did she go through it last night with the? No, she did, didn't she? Did she? We know Yuri took Dayanagate through the 4th Holy Seal. But did Carmelina go through it with them, make sure, before heading back to the witness's apartment? Because she had to go there to help bring everyone to the Holy Seals, or through the 2nd and 3rd Holy Seals. Did she go through the 4th one? You know, we're going to accuse her. Because I don't know if it was just Yuri and Dayanagate that went through there.
crime is repulsive.
Someone else went through the seal. Yuri has testified that Henry was set up as a scapegoat. Will this change your truth? Who breached the fourth seal and found themselves at the scene of carnage? See, Carmelina fused the flesh. Witness left the room. The secret portal. So I think it was Carmelina. If not, it doesn't matter because she was already convicted from the murder of Brace's bloodlines.
Is this a fact?
The evidence points to Carmelina breaching the seal.
How dare
This is nonsense. You have no evidence.
Show me your truth.
I went to see Crying Grudge. He told me that Carmelina carved a lump of his flesh off.
Don't test
I
me.
believe she went through the seal using that lump of flesh.
I am the leader.
She's lying.
Show me your truth.
We have a confession here. He took Dinah and got them. You saying the architect went through them too? This is where it gets tough.
I don't like this.
Yes, very well. Concerned truth. There's no jury here. Truth and proves architect Carmelina guilty.
What?
You're out of
You
your
have no
mind.
evidence.
The architect. I am your leader. How dare you? I am not some wretched criminal.
Uh,
The evidence says otherwise. Yuri already confessed to taking Diana Agate through the seals. Truth is revealed.
The court finds Yuri Dinonigate guilty.
We got a triple conviction here. Good lord. Are we eventually just going to get everyone on the island in this little screenshot here? That, I think, was the most tenuous of the accusations, though.
Getting saved.
So, maybe, maybe not, we'll see. Oh, the mystery of the dead killer demon. Demonic invasions occur most islands, and the marshals hunt the demons down. What the hell is one doing inside the council penthouse? You have a case file about a killer demon inside the penthouse. The truth in play grow bizarre like an old tree grows gnarled. A killer demon? What killer demon?
got it.
I found a dead killer demon inside the council penthouse. There aren't supposed to be any demons on the island. A killer demon in the council penthouse? What was it doing there? It has the blood of several council members on its claws. It was involved in the murder of the council. It appears that it burst out of a hidden security crate and attacked the council. How did it die? Montserrat shot it during the murder. There was a Fukada bullet that came from Montserrat's gun in the killer demon's head. The dark deduction of the dead demon's destruction is for another case file. The truth about where it came from must be dredged from the swamp of mystery first. Now, we know it wasn't Henry. Henry's got his own demon. Wasn't Shinji. Shinji on this list? That would be... Yeah, Shinji's not on this list either. What the hell's this expression from Sam? Wow. So we're pretty sure it was Witness. Witness had the demonology bunker in the dead zone. He was messing with demons. He asked about demons a lot. He was very paranoid. And he had the remote receiver to the crate. So, pretty sure it was Witness.
Crime.
The righteous man transgressed. Witness is the origin of the killer demon. Laughable. I am a holy man, not a sinner. I found the killer demon along with the demonic containment crate in the penthouse. Demonic containment crate? It is some kind of incarceration device that imprisons the demon with holy restraints. There are bindings and manacles covered in holy wards. These restrained the killer demon and kept it contained. Why? It was likely placed there ahead of time as a means to kill the council.
Show me your truth.
When love
There is a secret demonology bunker hidden within the dead zone. The lock on it is coded to Witness's blood vial.
What?
That is an old panic room. I never used it for demonology. Someone has planted that evidence. That lab has the same crates as the one in the penthouse. During the extermination 10 years ago, Witness managed to capture a killer demon and contain it.
Surely this is a joke.
A heretical accusation. How could I have done that?
got it.
There is a tunnel running from Sam's bar to the dead zone. Witness has been seen using it to access the dead zone.
The end time.
Seen by who? A sinner that would besmirch the name of a holy man?
Show me your truth.
Is this a fact?
Carmelina confessed to me that Witness maintained a secret demonology lab on the island in an abandoned bunker. Lies, lies, lies!
I am still bathed in the glory
This is a
of the
persecution of the holy.
Show me your truth.
When
Last night at midnight, Witness made a phone call to an unknown number. That number matches the number on a receiver attached to the demonic containment crate inside the
I
penthouse.
have a bad feeling about
The receiver
this.
was designed to open the crate when it received a call. This would let the killer demon out, presumably to attack the council.
blasphemy.
A ridiculous accusation. Why would I want to release a killer demon? Demons are
When
abominations.
love dies, all
Why
that
not
remains
explain how the phone
is
number you
fact.
dialed matches the receiver?
You sinners
I can't
lie
explain
and
a
kill.
lie fabricated by a sinner. Can you prove this accusation? I verified the data by using Witness's personal phone in the comms tower. He made the call and the receiver picked up, unlocking the demonic containment crate.
Surely
Lies.
Show me your truth.
I have nothing to present. But how did the crate get into the penthouse?
Don't like
We'll come to that
this.
later. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the hearts of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. A truth is revealed. A truth is known. A truth
The
proves.
court finds
Witness-
witness to the end guilty.
I keep forgetting that the accusations, or those are actually voiced. You have overseen so many wonderful islands. Why turn your back on us now?
You sinners lie and
Such is the
escape.
burden of a martyr. You may think of me as a sinner, but I worked for a holy purpose.
Blasphemy.
You have all strayed from the path, and the gods weep.
Crime is rep-
I hope they weep for you as well. What was the play here? The killer demon was placed in the penthouse as a remote weapon. The security crate was hidden in the room. When the killer demon was released, it attacked everyone in the room on sight. That sounds risky. I don't know if it was meant to kill all of the council. Just the presence of the killer demon would be enough to scare the council. Dreadful truth.
Witnesses conspiracy.
There was evidence pointing to Witness masterminding a conspiracy to kill the council. Let's see. Save.
Getting saved.
The crime to end all crimes. We finally reached it. The actual murder. Last night the council were murdered as they birthed the next island through meditation. Was it a power play or killing for kicks? Who did it and why? The crime to end all crimes. The murder in the night. The paradise killer. Who killed the council? The truth has aged like a fine whiskey. How does the whiskey on this island taste? Pour us a glass of truth so that we may sip upon a vintage blend of justice. I want to know who held the knife. If a killer was set up by a mastermind, we will deal with that later. I want to know who gripped a knife of murder in their palm of guilt. Fury has testified that Henry was set up as a scapegoat. Will this change your truth? Show us the ultimate truth. At this point that the Phoenix presented his... yeah, this is just where Phoenix just pulls up his badge and it somehow continues the case. We know it wasn't Henry. We know it wasn't Yuri. We're pretty sure it was Dainanagate. Wasn't the dead killer demon because he got shot. And a lot of the victims were killed on the spot. So it was most likely Dainanagate. I mean, the dead killer demon played a hand in it, but I think it was mostly just a perfect distraction, whether by design or just by happenstance. I think it was happenstance, really. So...
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
Dainanagate is the paradise killer.
Show me your truth.
Before he killed himself, Dainanagate told me he killed the council. He was given this mission by his mother, Carmelina. She engineered a killer. His room was bare besides knife combat training equipment.
What?
These trials are over. This is a big lie. No, it isn't. Dainonagate confessed everything.
Show me your truth.
Crime is repulsive.
I found a knife covered in the council's blood on Dainonagate's corpse. If he didn't kill the council, the only way he could have got that knife is if someone had taken it to the penthouse and splashed blood on it before taking it to him. That is extremely unlikely.
Show me your truth.
The facts and the
Dainonagate's
truth
blood
are
is
not
at the
the
scene.
same.
He was shot by Montserrat and left blood splattered in the penthouse. This proves that he got through the seals. Leader Montserrat shot him? Presumably in self-defense. Dainonagate attacked as the council's meditation finished. Montserrat was attacked, but as he fired his gun, wounding Dainonagate. Montserrat was growing paranoid. One of the manifestations of this seemed to be carrying a weapon. I believe Leader Montserrat was the most awake while the others were still coming around from their meditation. Dainonagate got to him, but as he attacked, Montserrat shot. Dainonagate fled after the bullet went through him.
Show me your truth.
I don't.
Dainonagate fled bleeding. His blood is outside of the penthouse. He created a transdimensional corridor and escaped back to his lair, where I found him bleeding out. He had to have gone through the seals to get into the penthouse. Dainonagate inherited his mother's power to create corridors. He's sloppy, but he can do it. He stumbled out of the penthouse and created a corridor to escape with. He was bleeding badly, and his blood trailed his route home. Oh, it should be his blood trailed his route home. I believe you need to know the start and end points of a corridor when you create one. Carmelina couldn't create a corridor to the penthouse because the interior of the council building is a closely guarded secret. I don't think Carmelina knew Dainonagate could create corridors. He was supposed to die in the locked room at the end of the island. Her plan was solid except for 2 wild cards. Dainonagate's ability and my return from exile.
Show me your truth.
I have a bad
We know
feeling
we breached the
about
4th
this.
Holy Seal. I'm fairly certain he didn't just turn around and go home after making it to the entrance of the penthouse.
Show me your truth.
I've considered your truth, ruminated on the implication, soaked in the facts, steeped the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. The secret pillar is the truth. A truth is revealed. A truth is known. A truth
The
proves.
court
Dainonagate guilty. Currently discovered Montserrat's plan to kill the other council members and he control. She could only do it at a specific time. Develop the perfect weapon. Needed to figure out how to get them in there. They've surely been trying to build a case to prove this is possible. The tendrils of conspiracy snake around us. Starlight is a case file that will help us chop back the tendrils and expose the truth hiding within. Review the evidence, investigator. Ooh. Give me just a second. I need to hydrate and pause for a moment, because this is a lot of talking. So we have all this evidence here. So we know Ice Kwame was Dainonagate's father. I guess sounds like they're playing goodbye. Let's see. Yep, we know all this. Let's just continue. Can you explain this conspiracy? Can you refine a truth from the ore of crime?
I have a bad
I believe that Carmelina initiated a conspiracy to kill the council last night. She created Perfect 25 and wanted to make sure it was hers. Carmelina is being punished for her father's crimes. The Silence family were barred from ever being on the council as part of his punishment. Crimson told me that Carmelina has put in a number of motions to join the council that have all been denied. She's a genius architect that has helped the Syndicate birth a potentially perfect island. Does she feel she deserves a seat on the council?
crime.
She knows the 25th island will be perfect. Is she worried she won't get credit for it?
Got it.
Witness testified that he is worried that Carmelina has changed. Maybe she expects more reward for her craft?
The facts.
Carmelina had a secret child, Dainonagate. She kept him hidden in the trans-dimensional corridors that she built with her skills as the architect.
Don't.
Dainonagate's father was Aiz Kawami. The council blood from his father would allow Dainonagate to breach the bloodlock on the third holy seal.
Paradise feels
Carmelina
right.
presumably learned that Henry had been fathered illegitimately by eyes and had been kept a secret. That meant she could get a secret child as well.
Is this a fact?
When I found Dainonagate, he told me his mission had been to kill the council. He had a knife slick with the blood of the council members. He completed his mission. Dainonagate would birth a new syndicate, dying for Carmelina's sins.
The facts and the truth.
Carmelina took a lump of flesh from the god Crying Grudge to get through the fourth seal. She fused this to Dainonagate's body.
Don't test me.
Yuri said he took Dainonagate through the seals.
Is this a fact?
Yuri confessed to being recruited by Carmelina.
Paradise.
Yuri is guilty of going through the second seal.
When
Yuri got the key to the second seal from KHX under orders from Carmelina.
I don't.
I believe Yuri helped Henry obtain forbidden books on demonology.
Is this
If Henry became possessed by a demon, it would initiate the end of the island and allow Carmelina's plan to be put into play.
I don't like
Henry's possession
this.
called for an exorcism.
Love dies.
Carmelina wanted Henry to kill Grace Bloodlines to give him a prior history of murder. When he didn't step up, Carmelina intervened and killed Grace herself. A demonically possessed citizen would be the perfect tool.
Crime cannot
Carmelina recruited Akiko into her plan.
Crime is
Akiko aided her by purposefully leaving Henry alone with Grace.
Paradise.
Akiko faked Henry's escape, putting a possible killer into play.
Crime cannot hide.
Akiko knew the first seal marshals would be killed and switched them to protect her beloved marshals.
When love dies,
Carmelina's plan was
all
achieved
that
by using her
remains are
transdimensional corridors.
I have a bad
Her
feeling
alibi
about
looked
this.
perfect, but she knew Witness would leave the room when he got a call.
I don't like this.
She knew Akiko would call at the right time and used that opportunity to slip out of Witness's apartment, get Dainonagate and deliver her killer to the council building. Do you have anything to say, Architect?
This is nonsense.
You people would have nothing at work for me.
How dare
All
you.
these islands that you drifted all along on, all your tragic little lives, all given to you by me.
Believe what you want.
I facilitate the syndicate, I craft your homes.
What?
I have never been rewarded for my work, never been on the council, always living off to the side. Not even Perfect 25 got me the recognition I deserve. I don't expect the world, just some kind of reward to show what I did was worth it. Was this worth it?
This is nonsense.
It would have been. You shouldn't have been called down. I'd crafted a perfect lie.
Love dies.
How did you
All
know
that
you'd been
remains
made
are the
leader
facts.
during the crisis?
We have achieved perfection.
That's the irony. I didn't. I didn't expect Justice Incarnate to reverse the law and make me a leader. So what was the play on the next island?
Do your job.
When the chips are down, every one of the syndicate is a coward and a sycophant. You all want your little bits of power and for your little lives to carry on ticking by.
I beg your
The next
pardon.
council would be scared, all seniority would be gone, and I would be the one that had crafted Perfect 25. I would make sure I had the throne.
What?
My father was a victim, but treated like a criminal. He was executed by a coward. You people never appreciate what others do for you.
The facts and the truth.
The Grand
are
Marshal
same.
will give you a loyal army to make sure of it.
Is this a fact?
The plan failed.
Or a
The truth is known. You arrogantly believed everyone would believe Henry, a citizen, was capable of breaching the Holy Seals and murdering the Council. Justice is immune to arrogance. A hideous, heinous truth. A vile truth. Architect, you have been found guilty of conspiring to kill the Council. Your punishment is death. Get her ass. The Onyxian claws of conspiracy tear at the flesh of this island. I can feel the dreadful shadow of this conspiracy looming over us. Can you explain this conspiracy? Review the evidence, investigator. LD is getting away with it. Alright. So now I've witnessed a demon. Which I kind of feel was not part of this big plot. It was a side plot.
Is this a fact?
I believe that Witness initiated a conspiracy to kill the Council last night. Witness had become a fanatic. He had radicalized himself as a devoted servant of the gods. He believes the Syndicate has strayed from the holy mission, and I believe he wanted to put the fear of the gods in us.
Don't test me.
Montserrat was devolving into paranoia and was becoming a dictator. Witness has repeatedly voiced his opposition to Montserrat's plans for the next island. Witness took matters into his own hands.
Got it.
Carmelina told me about Witness becoming rebellious against Montserrat's
Don't
plans.
test me.
Witness openly rejected Montserrat's plans to wipe certain events from history and tighten his grip over Syndicate members.
Is this a
Witness has become obsessed with the idea of a cleansing tide of demons. Like the ancient Great Flood, he wants the Syndicate to be forced to start again.
when
The key to Witness's plan was planting a killer demon inside the Council penthouse. That demon would kill the Council, and he'd get away with it. Witness made a call at midnight to a demonic containment crate that had been hidden in the penthouse, unlocking it remotely and allowing it to start its attack. Witness had been experimenting in demonology in a secret bunker within the Dead Zone. He imprisoned the killer demon and later weaponized it. Sam has a secret tunnel running from his bar to the Dead Zone. Witness used that to subvert the security on the Dead Zone and get in.
I
don't know how Witness got the crate into the penthouse. The plan isn't foolproof. There were too many variables. Pinning your hopes on a wild killer demon and believing it wouldn't be traced back to you was foolish. No doubt the intention was a scare tactic more than anything. Put the fear of the gods into the Council to enact change. You used the killer demon as the messenger of angry gods to reshape the Syndicate. The plan didn't have to be perfect to get what you wanted. All you needed was a catalyst for change. On a day of horrible truths, this one is the worst. This is one of the worst. Why, Witness? I am surrounded by sin and heresy. You are all focused on the islands and your own little ambitions. What about the gods? What about our holy mission? All but one of the pyramids sit empty, and we have existed for millennia. We are an embarrassment to the gods. The Syndicate needed rebuilding. And you would be the one to do it? The who is irrelevant. More importantly is why and how. Re-establish the priority in our faith. Resume our holy mission. Bathe in the radiance of our gods. I must die a martyr. I tried. I really tried to do the work of our astral lords. I wasn't enough, though. The sin on this island was too great. I hope heaven is everything you want it to be. Witness to the end. You are found guilty of conspiring to kill the Council. The punishment is death. The Parlor of Justice has played host to the truths of the Investigator. Were the truths as expected? Did esoteric knowledge reveal the truth, or did it remain hidden in the mystery? The Investigator will become executioner and will execute justice. The trials end. Execute justice. Grand Marshal Akiko 14. The verdict is execute. Architect Carmelina. The verdict is execute. Crimson Acid. The verdict is release. Dr. Doomjazz. The verdict is release. The accused, Henry Division. The verdict is release. The Fairy Woman, Lydia Daybreak. The verdict is release. Sam Daybreak. The verdict is release. Witness to the end. The verdict is execute. Secretary Yuri Knight. The verdict is execute. The Unforgiving Spectre, One Last Kiss. The verdict is release. The Hidden Killer Dainonagate. The verdict is execute. The Bizarre Killer Demon. The verdict is release. Sorry. Oh. God damn it. You have proven that Henry had nothing to do with the crime to end all crimes. He was nothing more than a pawn in a dreadful game of murder and secrecy. You have earned the title of Grand Investigator. Your weapon is unlocked. On the next island, you will reform the Paradise Psycho Unit. Island 24 is about to die. Island 25 waits for us. What kind of island will it be? Are you happy with your truths? Did you get the convictions you wanted? You entered into a battle with the facts, the truth, and the suspects. Did you emerge victorious? This courtroom could only allow so many truths to emerge from their hiding places. Are there more to hunt? He was already dead, so he's already dead, so he didn't get an execute screen. If you believe that things are not as they seem, there is still a way to punish the guilty. Grand Investigator Lady Love Dies, I will leave you to execute justice at your discretion. Punish those that you deem guilty. Execution or exile are viable punishments. You may also let them go free. Please work for the best interests of Perfect 25.
It's time for justice.
Thank you, Judge. It will be my honor to execute justice. When you are ready to wave goodbye to Island 24, do so from the rear view mirror in Lydia's car. The car will take you through the Paradise Gates into Perfect 25. Use it at your discretion. Choice and consequence. Justice has been served. Those of you which have not been found guilty of destroying Paradise may leave and wrap up your business before we move to Perfect 25. A marshal shall take Henry back to his cell. Marshals will clear away the executed. They will not be remembered. They will not be honored. At this point, the LED shoots the judge. She completed the job. Was there more to do? The investigator always trusted her heart. She would decide if Paradise had been saved. We are in Perfect 25, so it must have been saved. Saved isn't a binary state. Solving a crime doesn't mean the world is fixed. That's scary. It is. I hope she knew what she was doing. I'm sure she did. This is Lady Love Dies we're talking about. Alright. Not really anyone to talk to now. All we need to do is head out. So we have a bunch of pickups we can still do, but that's more just 100% completion collecting that doesn't really get us anything special. Should be one more Shinji though. So I do want to go find a... There should be Shinji somewhere. I think mostly what Doom Jazz is suspicious of is being just kind of a negligent playboy. But let me go get us off this island and wrap up that. And I will show off a bit of art. And then we'll go to the next game, which I'm not sure what yet. I'm almost done with the next Minecraft mod pack update, which I want to release before today is done. I just have some testing to do real quick, so we might do that. There's also playing Tab G. This music is really creepy. What is this music? Suspicious or delicious? See if there's anything interesting around here. I want to talk to a Shinji. What is that? Hold on. What's this? The gold plate cries out for light. But, well, there was lights up there. There's lights up there. Okay. Nah. Puzzles we don't need to do. there was another Stingy around here. What's this? Oh. Let's unlock it. Let's do that out of the way. You know what the mod type of the day can help with that? We'll just do 975. No one will be able to be there. Are you saved?
Getting saved.
Alright. Aspirational view. Wouldn't it be great to have the apartment view like this? Imagine how few problems you'd have. Don't think it works like that, but okay. Okay, no, we're getting out of here. This creepy music is just kind of... Yeah. No. We're not sticking around for this music. Okay. Yeah. LD's back, ladies and gentlemen. You ready to go? Oh wow, we can execute an exile. Let's leave Paradise. Let's go to the next island. You sure you're ready to go? How to get Minecraft mods updated better. I do not like Overwolf, but it does effectively update things. I find it the best way to do it, really. The only problem is, if you don't restart your computer regularly, you need to restart CurseForge for it to see mod updates. Without going into each mod individually. Okay, I want to do something. What? What the hell's going on with the phone? Jesus. I don't know what that was about. I want to go talk to Crimson before we leave. The problem is more how it functions, not even that. What do you mean? I'm going to execute something. No, I'm not. Hell no, I'm not.
Thank you.
Lady's back in town. Twitch launcher got replaced by a CurseForge, which then uses Overwolf. Yeah. Well, technically, it was always CurseForge. It was just integrated into the Twitch launcher and then separated back out into Overwolf, who now owns CurseForge instead.
Good.
You got your gun back. Justice has been served, and the PPU will be reborn on Perfect 25. I've got a favor to ask. I'm not surprised. You need people for the Paradise Psycho unit, right? You want to be on the team? I'm the glamour of the battlefield, and I have a good stock of secrets. You're hired. I want a corner office.
To be back.
Fine by me.
Work.
Did you need something before the end of the island, boss? I'll see you on the next island, Crimson. Sure thing, lady. Alright. It's just like Twitch in general. The Twitch launcher actually was less sketchy. I disagree. I found the Twitch launcher worse in my opinion. Can I just grab more of these? I want more gotcha bombs. You can execute. We're allowed to, if we feel we have a truth that wasn't covered in the trial, that we can execute or exile anybody we want. Because we are the investigator. So we have determined the truth, and we execute justice.
I'm messing with you.
Alright, let's leave. Time to get out of here. Hop in, LD. Let's hope Perfect 25 is better than this island. Closing Island Sequence 24 applications. Ready for Island Sequence 25. Let's go to the next island. I'm looking forward to hanging with you and Sammy on the next island. We'll go and get a drink together. I can't wait to see Perfect 25. You think the Syndicate will survive this? Hard to know. Too much has happened. You're going to have a hell of a time explaining all this to the Syndicate already on the new island. There's a power vacuum now. What if this happens again? It won't. The Investigator has breathed life back into paradise. I'm gonna miss Love Dies. We could have had something special. Nothing brings people together like the impending obliteration of a pocket of reality. Still, at least the case of the Paradise Killer got her out of exile. I wonder if her truths were right. I guess I'll never know. I hope Perfect 25 was worth it. Obviously, I hope they all die in a fire, but for their sakes, I hope they enjoy it. I've only known humans for a short amount of time, but they all seem to be idiots that only work for themselves. I'm sure they'll fuck it up nicely. Anyway, time to watch reality die. There we go, Paradise Killer. Shinji is Val. No, we couldn't execute Shinji, I don't think. Oh look, that's Shinji right there. Right behind the trees on the right. Shinji was also already doomed to die with the island going away. And execute everyone. And at least leave Crimson Acid. Bear-chan! Oh, back to the way of Blood Bar. So that's how it ended. A weird turn of events. The strangest paradise yet. Is this paradise safe? Of course it isn't. This is the Syndicate we're talking about. Will we need her again? We always will. She's the only one that can save paradise. There we go, Paradise Killer. I love it. It is absolutely one of my top 5 games of all time. Alright, let's see. Do we want to do Tab G? Or do we want to work on the mod pack?